We are, many of us, some of us, apparently terrified. I don't think it's true, But anyway, we claim we are terrified that another Trump presidency would change the United States into a fascistic, undemocratic state. Maybe. I doubt it. I'll take bets. We shall see. But were it a real possibility, a legitimate fear, might we not usefully consider what kind of constitution, capital C, enables one man or woman with so little talent, so little of almost anything, such dishonesty and criminality to run, win, and then to make such a change? Unless we are on the precipice of that change anyway. Electoral college? Or a nation democratically wishing to be the one Trump has fantasized, a fascistic monoculture ethno-state. How different is this imagined country from the Democrat one? I'm not sure. Is it competing fantasies or disagreement on how we get to the common fantasy? If it's the first, I hope the Democrats should probably, the Democrats should probably find a better sell than just not being Trump and a love of proxy warring. Senator Blumenthal, Democrat, smirks and says the United States is the richest and greatest nation in the history of the world. On the evidence? Richest? Allow me to demur. He is not hankering to make her great again. He says she's always been great. This purple mountain-occupied territory. Or is it that you just hate Trump and the other deplorables? I understand hating him. And if you do, if that's it, I hate to tell you guys, democracy is beyond you. Democracy requires a basic respect for the rest. It requires common ground, which is not just dropped from on high upon the place beneath. You have to do it. You have to do it. You have to find the common ground. That they hate you, I think you're right. But being like them is no solution. As you have decided, they are fascists. I haven't noticed, this is connected around many of our disputables. They are indisputable. Discourse stops. I have an inkling why. The rigid participant is usually the unhappy one. They have found their rage in a cause, identified their enemy, and all their own often considerable talent and training will be focused on demolishing their opposer. And it's not worth it. We will latch on to, say, the transgender issue, for instance, and spit like adders. The thudding, cloddish world is to date not ready for this possible marvelous revolution in humanity. For me, the questions thrown at the thudder by the non-binary possibilities are just delicious. The stabbed Aussie bishop ranting that the trans-gay movement is against human nature is rich for Catholics who have detested human nature so much for so long they haven't invented an artificial substitute. Then in the midst, I asked, isn't a trans woman deciding to be binary? No one will answer this. Demanding to be recognized as only woman. In the non-binary world, this should be offensive. It still insists there are only two, and they are Catholic this way. I suspect that transgender and bisexual are much more human nature than the grim rigidities of monotheistic invention rooted in patriarchy, but this is for me to know and them to reject. Condemning someone to turfdom, Germaine Greer, of several geniuses, is just silly. A tendency for sure among intellectuals easing their various pains in narcotic rage, and not much else.